thank you, LCV. Thank you for Senator Sheen being back. Thank you for Senator Schatz being back. Thank you for Senator Peters joining us. We are going to make a big difference for you, and we're really proud of your support. Thank you also to NRDC. This is a big NRDC crowd because of Frances. Patricia Baumann described in her notes Frances Beinecke as valiant, and indeed, Frances has been valiant for a long time. So to LCV, to NRDC, to the working together that you've done through the Action Fund and the Victory Fund, you guys have been terrific. And of course, to my friend Hillary, Secretary of State Clinton, some of us never stop thinking about tomorrow. And we're thinking about tomorrow right now, and we are ready. So, in 4 minutes, top 10 reasons why we win on climate change soon. This is New York, so we've got to do the top 10, right? Number one reason, the 2016 electorate will be very different from the punishing 2014 midterm electorate. The 2016 audience is the audience that is out there now assessing Republican behavior in Congress. Number two, the press and the public are going to hold Senate Republicans to a higher standard now that they are in the majority. The Republican role so far of being a bomb-throwing, loyal opposition is over. It is grown-up time. And there is a new Senate field in 2016 with battleground states, as Jean mentioned, like Ohio, New Hampshire, Illinois, Florida, instead of Kentucky, West Virginia, and Alaska. Number three, by 2016, the Republicans will have a presidential candidate. If he's a climate denier, my friends, they forfeit the race. If he's not a climate denier, they've got to move with him. Number four, the carbon rules that the Obama administration has laid out for existing power plants won't just reduce carbon pollution. They will change thinking. Until now, big polluter executives had an absolute holiday from responsibility for their carbon pollution. That changed with this rule. And that is a game changer for carbon legislation. Number five, independent voters don't like the Republican position on climate denial, and independent voters swing elections. Heck, even young Republican voters don't like their party's position, with a majority under the age of 35 describing climate denial as ignorant, out of touch, or crazy. The poll's words, not mine. An LCV poll, thank you very much. I've had a lot of fun with that. And over 60% of Republicans 49 and under say they're willing to pay higher energy prices to protect against climate change. That's not bad from the other party. Number six, a bunch of Senate Republicans were actually good on climate change, and they only skedaddled in 2010 after Citizens United unleashed fossil fuel money into our elections. Many of them privately recognize still that they are in a terrible position on climate, at odds with the public and with the science and with the military and with most major corporations, but trapped, constrained by post-Citizens United polluter money and threats. They hate where they're at least the smart ones do. They got nothing. It's a hoax. I'm not a scientist. Then nothing. Number seven, the polluter money is actually the Republicans' Achilles heel. Follow the money. Even voters who don't now care much about climate change don't much like candidates who ignore real local problems because of out-of-state campaign money from special interests. Number eight, we have assets we have not even used yet. Major American corporations walk the walk on climate change, but they won't yet talk the talk. They have great policies all the way up the supply chain, but when they come to Congress, climate change is not on the agenda. Our military reports that climate change is a serious national security threat, but you have to dig out the reports. When base commanders engage with the local community, climate change is not on the agenda. Flip those two factors, and we have got new assets. We have got the assets to win. The last two, number 9, a bad one. Climate change, it is not going away. Think the evidence is strong now. Think what it's going to look like by November of 2016. And the number 10 reason why we are going to be able to get a climate bill passed way sooner than you think is that we are not going away. You have senators with new tools in the minority that were not available to us when we were in the majority, who are prepared to force this issue. We are not going away. Tom Steyer and others are not going away. NRDC and its Action Fund are not going away. LCV and its Victory Fund are not going away. We are actually now on the political high ground with powerful political assets at our disposal and the political wind at our backs. We have lessons of experience behind us, and we have the inevitable power of demographics before us. And finally, there's this. Reality has a way of having its way. So let's buck up after 14 and get out there and kick some ass between now and 2016. Thank you very much.